Welcome everybody, it's KingVasilios here, and today we're going to play TIMBERBORN. So we're gonna start with the regular map. Those are beginner friendly maps. Waterfall, plains, lakes. I think we should go with a regular map, lakes, right? Next. Sure, normal difficulty. Let's start. Let's see what we have. So, the goal of the game. How would you like your settlement? Of course, KingVasilios. The goal of the game, let me pause to explain to you. This is our district center. And we have a lot of beavers. As you can see, we have adult beavers, we have baby beavers, and we're trying to expand here. We're trying to build our shelter, we're trying to expand our district center, and we're trying to survive. They need water, they need to build, they need to eat, and we can assign each one of the beavers to a different job. So it's very complicated the more you progress, so we need to get started. So we have a small tutorial to follow here. They want us to place lumberjack flags. This means that those beavers, some beavers will be assigned to those flags and they will be cutting those trees for us, but we have to assign them to it. That's how it works. But we have to mark the trees. So we're gonna select all of this area, select from cutting, and this area as well. Can they reach there? Barely. So now it wants us to build a water pump because we need water to survive, right? Water pump must be placed near the water, obviously, and those two workers are assigned to building this. And as the new day rises, as the sun rises, you can see everyone is assigned to their jobs. They're carrying the logs, they're gonna build the water pump, and we're gonna have some water, right? Select the lumberjack flag and build them here because we need them to access those trees. As you can see, they're not in range. So these two are pretty useless. Those are for beginner purposes. Now we're going to mark this area for cutting. Nice. And as you can see, they immediately get working. Is the water pump ready? No, they're waiting for some logs. Nice. And as you can see, we've expanded the path. This way we can place some lumberjack flags here and there because those trees need to be cut. Okay, now it wants us to build an efficient farmhouse, right? As you can see, we want to place it somewhere near grass because crops can grow here. So I think this is a very good place. And so our next task, I feel like, will be to build their homes. Yeah, a few lodges should do the trick for now. And we can also select an area to plant our crops. For example, because we're going to be needing lots of carrots, we can select all of this area. And when the farm is built, they will get working. Okay, starting next day, you can see we've already placed those storages to be built. We can assign them to water and to logs. Water, right? Okay, it wants us to build 3 of those. because there's a big need of water. Where is it? Storage, right? Nice and easy. And we're running low on logs, as you can see. We don't have enough of them, so we may get some more lumberjacks. Also, we can mark this area for tree cutting as well. Where is it? Cut trees. Nice. Now, as you can see, for example, the farmhouse is done planting those crops, right? So we can pause, get 3 new workers, and build some new lumberjack flags. This is because right now we need a lot of logs to finish those tanks and to build new structures. Now, for example, it wants to build a warehouse for the farm and a warehouse for the berries. Medium warehouse. The one for the berries can go here, as well as the one for the carrots. As you can see, we need 15 logs for each one. We will assign them to what we need them for, and now we're just waiting for the logs, for the materials to come through. Basically today we're just trying to go through the tutorial, through the basics, and then the games lets you do whatever you want, and these are some settings that are useful, as you can see. And yeah, then the game lets you be as creative as you want. Also, there are some droughts coming up at the end of its cycle. Its cycle is around 20 days. At the end of each cycle, you're facing a drought where water stops flowing, your crops die, and you need to survive basically off your storage. So there's a challenge to the game. Also, you can see here, those are our science points. We're going to build an inventor. It's a very cool building. As you can see, where shall I place it? I think I can go right here. And the inventor building basically passively generates some science points. With science points, you can unlock new buildings, such, for example, to move around, platforms, stairs, or even more advanced and technological buildings, for example, large water pump, bad water pump, and yeah, it goes on. Basically, to unlock new buildings and everything, you need those points. Food, wood, you need to passively generate those points. So, another cool feature of the game is the power and technology aspect of it. As you can see, it wants us to build a water wheel, right? Also be careful not build like this, because the water is flowing this way. This allows us to generate some power, and you need this power in order to power some buildings. For example, we're now building the water wheel, and you'll see this building here, the lumber mill, needs to be connected to the wheel to work, because it needs power to operate. This means that during drought periods it's not going to be working. And we're also generating some science points. It's very slow. This is why you need to build a lot more of this, but this is for when we have lots of beavers. Also, the crops are starting to grow, which means we're going to unpause this. This is going to need one builder, and we can pause this lumberjack flag and this lumberjack flag because all of the trees are yet to grow. This way we have some workers harvesting our crops. It's basically about managing the right amount of population and what job each person needs to do. and it wants us to build the lumber mill, right? Yes, let's go. Lumber mill. And in order to have access to the lumber mill, I'm gonna delete this one. Go to the structures, connect like this, and yeah, we can mess around with this. In order for us though to build the forester, we're going to need to unlock it, right? And we need 30 science points. As you can see, we don't have enough. This is why right now we're building some new inventors, and we're just tripling basically the production rates. So we're going to remove one worker from here, and we're going to place the worker in the inventor, so we're tripling our production rate, and we're going to get the 30 science points way quicker. Also, you can see now we have 16 beavers instead of 12. And as you can see, in just no time we already have reached the 30 science points that we needed. This means that we can go here, unlock the forest there, and I'm thinking of placing it around this area so it can reach all of this grass, right? I think this is the smarter place to put it. Maybe we remove this lumberjack flag and place it like this. Also, you can move around those crops. For example, you can go mark the resources for the demolition, and then when it's done you can build here in order to manage your space. As you can see, the drought is approaching in 3 days, so we must prepare. Right now we're very low on food, so we're gonna need the gatherer flag to get back to working. Nice. We're gonna remove a worker from here. The fodder is done, which means now if we go to plant trees, go to birds, you can select all of this area, basically everywhere that's still grass, and this little tile, and maybe up to here as well. And the forester will start doing its work. It's gonna start planting, right? Let's see this live. We have the forest there. It's starting its work. So this means that we're speeding up the planting process, and we're going to have access to more logs. And this is actually going to conclude the tutorial, and from this point on you're free to play however you want, but the main focus is surviving the droughts. Each cycle gets harder, the drought is longer, and the beavers are, and you have more beavers to feed and hydrate. So I think this is gonna do it for today. This is a great introduction to the game. I'm going to let it run for a little bit, see how it looks when it's more polished, when I have more things going on, and this is going to conclude the video. Okay, and skipping afterwards in time, as you can see, the drought is approaching, so we made some preparations. We've got 2 new water pumps, 2 new small tanks to store more water, and also we expanded the berry section, as well as the foresting is going well. This means that when the drought comes, the cart warehouse will be full, the berries will be going, and we'll have enough water stored to survive. So this is going to be it from me and from the beavers. Thank you for watching the first episode here in Timberborn, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Goodbye.